what I'm on about. That's what I'm on about.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to take a look back at last night's FA Cup matches, and there were definitely a lot of goals in these ones. We're also going to be talking about Arsenal, and former legend Ray Parlour has been speaking about Mikel Arteta, and he's urged the board to back him in the summer.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is last night's FA Cup ties. And yes, it is a little bit strange seeing FA Cup matches during midweek. But given the situation we find ourselves in, everything is a little bit different than normal. But I'll tell you something, there were some very good games. One in particular which I will get onto, and a lot of goals. First game we're going to speak about is Leicester against Brighton. And this looked like it was about to go to extra time. It was quite a tight affair, should we say. And then Iheanacho, with the last kick of the game, goes and wins it for Leicester. And they see themselves go through to the quarter-final. Sheffield United against Bristol City. And this was a very hard-fought 1-0 victory for Sheffield United. Bristol City went down to 10 men with around about half hour to go. Billy Sharp scores as well, and they'll be happy to get another win under their belt. I know they're not going great in the Premier League, but wins sometimes breed confidence, despite it not being the Premier League competition, and they will hope that they can kind of take that kind of form in their battle for survival. Although I do think that's too little, too late. Swansea against Manchester City, and this was a 3-1 win for Manchester City, and that was their 15th straight win in all competitions, setting a brand new record in England. And they're just absolutely flying right now. And you know what's mad? When you see these FA Cup games, a lot of teams are really changing things and, preparing for Premier League matches and everything else. But when you see the players that Manchester City have available and can play in these type of games, you sit there and think, wow, what a squad they have. Absolutely ridiculous. They brought some youngsters on in the second half, but the game was done when it was 3-0. So they could afford that luxury, but their squad is an absolute joke, to the point where they can field a team that's strong enough to beat most in the Premier League. It's an absolute joke. But yeah, Kyle Walker scored the first goal. Very fortuitous. It was a cross, eluded everybody, but it still went in. Raheem Sterling, he gets the second goal, and then Jesus with the third. Brilliant goal, this one. The touch, the turn, the finish was absolutely brilliant. Swansea pulled back a consolation goal, but it was a very, very comfortable evening for Manchester City. The last game was an absolute madness. Everton 5, Tottenham 4. Where on earth do I start with this one? Tottenham went 1-0 ahead, David and Sanchez. And then for about 20 minutes or so, Tottenham were the better side, and they probably should have got a second goal at least. And then Everton equalised, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. A massive error by Hugo Lloris, in my opinion. Literally a minute and a half later, Richarlison scores, it's 2-1. And then I think it was about 4 minutes after that, Everton get a penalty and Sigurdsson scores it, and you're thinking they'll go into half time 3-1 and they'll see this one out, and then literally just on half time Spurs make it 3-2. Awful defending by Everton. Come out for the second half. Within 10 minutes Harry Kane's brought on. They then make it 3-3. Everton then make it 4-3. Then Harry Kane scores and makes it 4-4. We go into extra time and Everton make it 5-4. Unbelievable. And that's now 30 years since Spurs last won the FA Cup. 30 years. 3-0. 1991. I was still in school. Oh, 30 years. 30! Wow. Yeah, what can I say? There's some potential, big games in the quarter-final when you look at it. Manchester City are through. Leicester are through. Everton are through. Manchester United are through. You've still got Chelsea to play. You've still got Wolves and Southampton. Sheffield United in there. And that's going to be an interesting quarter-final when I look at that, actually. Judging by recent draws, I would say Manchester City will probably get Bournemouth. Don't worry, I didn't forget Bournemouth. I know they went through as well. They beat Burnley. But Manchester City just seem to get all the favourable draws of late in all competition. And they'll probably end up getting Bournemouth. The draw is today, so we'll find out. It's a bit weird not seeing Arsenal in it. But it is what it is. We're not in it. We let someone else have a chance of winning it for once. But some very, very eventful games, like I was saying. And we'll see what happens with the quarterfinals. Maybe a Manchester derby in there. Maybe, one of the Manchester clubs getting Chelsea if they do progress, that is. Or Leicester. Should be interesting. Very, very interesting. But we will wait and see. Next piece of news involves Arsenal and former legend Ray Parlour has been speaking on TalkSport about the current situation at Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. And he has urged the board to back the manager in the summer. He was going on to say that the Arteta has learned a bit from Arsene Wenger, from Pep Guardiola as well. But I would definitely give him a chance. It might take a couple of transfer windows. Look at Jurgen Klopp. He got an opportunity. He came into Liverpool and there was a plan. Arteta has got to show he's got a plan going forward. It might take 3 years to try to challenge for those top 4 places. And then you can move on and try and challenge for the league. But we know that money does make it easier. And that's where the board come in. But we know from experience that they don't always go and get everything we want. What kind of annoys me with Arsenal, and I think is the big problem with Arsenal fans in general, is the fact that we know which positions we need, and it always seems that we go and get one of those positions filled, and there's always one that we never go and address or deal with. We brought in a Thomas Partey, we brought in a Gabriel, and you're looking at that and you're thinking, right, we've got the new centre-back, we've got that powerhouse in the middle of the park, but we now need a creative midfielder. But we never delivered. We never gave Mikel Arteta the tools that he wanted to succeed. Defensively, Mikel Arteta has done an unbelievable job, with the players that he has available to him. Second best defence in the Premier League. But in attack, that's where we've fallen short. And you've got to look at the games that we've lost this season in the Premier League, and there's always by the odd goal. I think it's 7 out of the 10 defeats or 8 out of the 10 defeats that we've only lost by the odd goal. And we've had chances in these matches where, what can you do? I think it was Pep Guardiola that once famously said it, that he can build a team and do everything right up to the final third. And that's where you need the quality to finish what you've been building behind. we can do that part. Like the Aston Villa game, we was doing everything right up to the final third. And then, nothing. The passes, you know, are played wrong. The crosses are overhit, underhit. So many things. We've had a lot of bad luck this season, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. We are where we are for a reason. But yeah, Mikel Arteta needs to be backed in the summer. Give him the players he wants. Give him the tools he needs to succeed. And if at the end of it, ultimately, you know, he's not able to deliver, then there's no excuses, you know. So, yeah, I'm fully in agreement with Ray Parlour, and we need to back the manager. And this window in particular will be massive for us in the summer because of all the players that we've got off the wage bill. So there's simply no excuses, but we will wait and see. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.